joining us for an all-out discussion on the Blackwater Bossing is their new head coach, Ariel Vanguardia. Coach, good morning. Welcome back to Sportsesk, ang bossing ng bayan, Ariel Vanguardia.
Good morning, Andre, and good morning to everyone.
Thank you again for being here on CNN Philippines. Maraming salamat, Coach.
My honor and pleasure, of course.
I'm excited for you, and your game tonight is going to be the first PBA game you coach actually since 2017. Grabe, 4 years ago pa yung nag-coach ka ng PBA game, and now Blackwater Bossing. I know you're excited, a lot of emotions, but can you tell us anong nararamdaman mo ngayon, Coach?
I feel renewed and excited. I really want to see how this team we formed will perform, and we had great practices and a good off season. So I'm just excited, and to see the product of this hard work.
Well, step by step, it is a process. Now is your first day. Kanina narinig natin si Juan Manal saying that Blackwater is now a completely different team. Kumbaga, yung only thing nga lang daw na nagstay, yung pangalan nyo, which is Blackwater, but you were pulling off trades with everyone. Nag-iba ng lineup when you came in. Was that the plan all along, Coach, to give this team a major facelift heading into the Governors Cup? When you came in, they gave you the green light to, get the players that you wanted for this team?
Yes, and with the help of our team managers, Jacob Nunez and Coach Johnson Martinez, we really looked at the lineup with our coaching staff and how we can balance the lineup. I think we have a more balanced lineup now than previous conferences, so that's a good start for us. And we know that we started with instilling a new culture to the team. So, kumbaga, yun nga, maging proud na maging bossing. Kaya that's how I think we will start winning quarters, winning halves, winning games slowly but surely. But we understand it's a process, but at the end of the day, it's about winning games and instilling that competitive fire ulit para doon sa team.
Yeah, and that's, I believe, what you will bring. That competitive fire and that winning culture that we talked about last time when you were announced as the coach, new head coach of Blackwater. Yung unang trade na pinull off nyo, Coach, yung one with Terra Firma Jeep. Nung tinrade nyo si Simon Enciso for Rashawn McCarthy. Alam naman natin na si Rashawn McCarthy was your player. Bata mo to sa West Sports Malaysia Dragons. I believe you won a title together. Is that why initially you got him? Because you know how he plays, that familiarity is there, and what kind of role do you see Rashawn McCarthy here in your lineup moving forward?
Of course, Rashawn is a familiar face to us. Although we didn't win a championship together, but he played for me with the Dragons, and at the time we had Moto Tua with him. But yes, he's got a really big role to fill. I told him that you're my Devin Booker. So talagang malaki yung role ni Rashawn moving forward. And we're trying to build and establish the core of the team, and he's part of it. And of course, Basel will be there, parang CP3 yan. Dalawa silang CP3 Casio.
Ayun.
So we're trying to develop a core that will be the core of Blackwater moving forward.
Coach Monty Williams pala yung kausap ko Dapat Blackwater Suns. Pero magandang may vision kang ganon for the team. You're telling players, ikaw yung magiging Devin Booker, ikaw yung parang Chris. Para at least you know the direction. They know kung ano yung direction na gusto mong puntahan, yung parang journey din ng Phoenix Suns sa NBA. You also added JV Casio. You did mention him already in your backcourt. You acquired him from his longtime team, Alaska. He's been there like forever. How many years? Together with Barkley Bonia, nakuha mo din. But you gave away Mike Tolomia and a draft pick. And talking about JV, he was really impressive during that tune-up you guys had against Meralco. Tell us more about how he was able to run your backcourt and the value that a JV Casio brings to your team.
Well, it's like having a LA Tenorio or a Alex Cabagnot in your team. So it's really valuable to have a leader. He was voted team captain, co-captain with KG Caneleta. So he's really a good mentor to Amer and to other point guards. And his leadership is a good locker room guy. He's just a competitor and a winner. So we'd like to surround our team with winners and eventually, we'll win. So yun ang maganda kay JB is that he shows and he leads and by example. So I'm really looking forward. He's really one player that I'm really excited
Yeah.
for him to be able to showcase the real JB Casio ulit. So kumbaga na-revive din siya. So kaka-excite having him.
I'm
And
sure. Yeah.
the way he's been playing, the way he's been practicing, I coached him 2008 or 2009 PBL, and I see that he hasn't lost a step. He's even smarter now. So talagang very excited ako na makita ng ating mga basketball fans, so PBA fans, how JB Casio will play with a different uniform.
Ako din, Coach. Agree ako sa sinabi mo dahil excited din ako for JV. I've always seen him play and I'm a fan of the way he plays ever since UAAP days. And I believe he has that chip on his shoulder and he will really be revived. Sabi mo nga, renewed dito sa Blackwater. How about Barkley Bonia, Coach? What do you see in him?
Well, him and Will Macaloni and Bruce brothers ko eh. So they come, they do the dirty work, kumbaga, they rebound, hustle, defend. So bonus na yung makascore sila, although they are capable post players pareho. So magandang blend with our import also. And they can play together also when our import is resting. So I'm quite, happy with how they, kumbaga, come in and put in energy. So, energy guys.
Yes. And yun nga madadala ni Ebonia at ni Willie Mack, si Will Macaloni. Coach, diyan ka lang ha, bossing ha. Marami pa tayong pag-uusapan. Tuloy natin ang usapan dito sa Sports Desk, Coach Ariel. We'll talk more about Blackwater's new players and their opening game today in the Governors Cup after the break. And we still have with us Blackwater Bossing head coach Ariel Vanguardia. And if you're just joining us, Blackwater will debut its new and improved lineup today as they battle the rain or shine Elasto Painters to begin their Governors Cup campaign. Coach, nabanggit mo na kanina si Will Macaloni, sila yung Bruce Brothers mo, sabi mo, and with Barkley Ebonia. Pero nakuha mo din si Mike Ayon Ayon. This kid is really talented as well. Nagulat ako na nakuha mo from NLEX. Tell us more about Mike Ayon Ayon and how you were able to bring a kid as talented as Mike Ayon Ayon to your team.
Sorry na
no problem.
Camera ko.
Walang problema, Coach. Walang problema.
Well, unfortunately, Mike injured his left hand in practice, so he'll be out for another 2 to 3 weeks. But he's one guy that we can really rely upon. So he can play the point, he can play 1, 2, and 3. So he's been practicing well naman until that time na
Sayang, na-injured.
He got hurt.
Yeah.
Sama na siguro yung competition sa practice. We're really practicing hard, and that's why siguro unfortunately he got hurt. But it's just a hairline fracture on his thumb. So I think he can come back and regain his form in due time.
Mm-hmm. Well, Coach, the last trade naman that you pulled off was with TNT, where you got Jay Washington plus 2 draft picks. Kapalit, you traded Carl Brian Cruz, and reports said you were the ones who offered Carl Brian Cruz to TNT. Pakikwento, Coach, if you don't mind. What was the logic behind that deal?
I think Coach Chot was misquoted with that. He's been eyeing
CBC.
He's been eyeing CBC for a long time, and CBC is coming from an injury, and we wanted someone to really help us right away. So that was the logic for the trade. So instead of putting him on reserve or putting him on the injured list, we want someone that can help us immediately. But fortunately, the trade was approved late, so that our lineup was set already. But we're happy to be able to get the picks, and we'll still as the conference goes on, we'll still evaluate how Jay Washington can fit in our team. So yun muna.
Yeah.
But I think CBC, we thank CBC for 2 years that he played for the franchise, and I think he's in good hands with Coach Shot and Talk and Text.
Of course, Coach, besides yung locals, one of your new players is your import, si Jalen Bond. Bago siya dito sa PBA, and yesterday, si Juan Banal, who's our analyst, was telling us that Jalen Bond is a versatile import. Kaya daw niya, he can run the floor, he can shoot from the outside, he can defend really well. Tell us more about Jalen Bond, Coach, and why did you go with him? What did you like in Jalen Bond?
Well, we don't really have a center, and Jalen plays the center, so he's a versatile big guy. He's listed 6'8". We were happy that he was able to be able to fit in at 6'6", below 6'6". So we really need a big guy to help us with rebounding, with the defense, and of course he can score in the post. So, but he's a team guy. It's that, you know, not as flashy as probably the other imports, but he'll get it done.
Parang sino yung laro, Coach? Kung para ma-paint natin ng picture
Sino
sa mga
ba?
fans. Sinong nakikita mo sa kanya? Kahit NBA player o dating import. Sinong
typical center. So kumbaga
parang ano?
Karl Anthony Towns, parang ganyan.
Okay. Parang Karl Anthony Towns ng Minnesota Timberwolves.
Talagang inside, merong outside din.
May outside shot.
Yun, pero I think he'll help us kasi he's a guy also that directs our defense. So maganda yung ano niya. Maganda yung blending niya defensively. So anchor talaga sa defense. Siya yung rim protector, and then we get the rebound, we can run, we can, you know, and we can he can also shoot from the outside, and we can post him up. So very versatile nga. Ang galing ni Juan ah.
Oo, talagang pinatrabaho namin si Juan kahapon. Research siya eh. Coach, nakita mo na yung new lineup mo in action. So far, kamusta yung chemistry? We've been talking about it na it is a process din naman. It doesn't happen overnight. But so far, how will you assess basing on how you saw your team already in action before the season? Before the
Well,
conference,
we kept it simple. We know that we don't want to really give them too much. We kept it simple, a very simple place. We concentrated on our defense, on our rotations, on how we can help and recover. Offensively, it's very simple. We'll try to run pa rin, but execute with our very good point guards. I think our backcourts are very good with Baser, Casio, and Valchauca.
solid.
So I told them that I want the ball in their hands if the shot clock's winding down, so they can direct, they can shoot, they can pass, or they can score. So both the three of them can do that. So it's simple but effective. Kumbaga, yun ang muna yung pinag-concentrate namin. Depensa, and then on the other end, simple offense. So ganun muna. And this group of guys, it's very hardworking. Siguro I can compare this to my JRU team of old. So
Wow.
we may not be as talented, but very good, very hardworking, very competitive in practice, and magaan dalhin yung mga players, yung chemistry, pagka ganun. I think mas magandang mas magaan or mas magandang moving forward, may mga mas madali for us to build that chemistry. So kaya nga excited ako dito. So parang bumata rin ako dito sa team na to kasi parang revive kumbaga it's the feeling when I was first time head coach, parang ganun yung feeling ko dito
Yeah.
sa team na to.
That's nice. That's a good feeling. And coach, bata ka pa naman din talaga. I remember those JRU teams, very tough when I covered that. That was 2009 if I'm not mistaken. Coach, Blackwater, alam naman natin, is entering the Governors Cup. I'm sure there's a little bit of pressure on your side, Coach Ariel. 19-game losing skid dating back to the 2020 Philippine Cup. 19 games, sunod-sunod na talong Blackwater. And your first game, which will be today nga, will be against a solid rain or shine team. Ironically, isa sila sa halos hindi naman nag-iba ng lineup. Ang bago lang sa kanila is, of course, their import, Henry Walker and Travis Jackson. Recently, they got from Meralco, kapalit ni Frankie Johnson. But their core is pretty much intact. And I was talking to Coach Chris Gavina, that was really the plan, to keep that young core intact. What will be your biggest concern when you're facing rain or shine tonight? Of course, you want to win as your first game, head coach ng Blackwater. They also want to win their opening day.
Of course, Henry Walker used to play for us, so he's a tough cover for us. That's why we work on our team defense. We know that Coach Chris loves Coach Chris' team loves to run, so we have to keep up with them. And they also have Bo Belga, who's a leader, who's like a point center, point forward, so he can really create for them. So that's the main concern for the Rain or Shine team. So we have to really cover those transition, and then Walker and Belga. Plus, of course, if you speak about transition, their guards are attackers, lalo guards ng Batak, Mocon, Ganata, Casisio can shoot, and Wong. So it will be a defensive game for us, and our goal is to keep it close and have a chance on the end game.
It's going to be a good game, that's for sure. I will be watching that game, Coach. Coach, maraming salamat again for taking time. I am excited for you. The doors of Sports Desk here on CNN Philippines are always open to you. Mabuhay ka, bossing. Good luck later. Your first
Thank you. Maraming salamat, and to the PBA fans, see you later.
Again, that was the new head coach of Blackwater Bossing making his debut tonight when they face rain or shine. Head coach Ariel Vanguardia. Maraming salamat.